pro-lifers have always understood bodily autonomy. And I think you may be shocked to learn that most pro-lifers are actually in favor of bodily autonomy, but not for the same reasons you are. There seems to be a significant disconnect, and I'd like to clear some things up. Hey, welcome to RCAM. I hope everybody is doing really well, although I'm sure some of you are not because the world is really crazy right now. But before I get into today's topic, I wanted to briefly just give you guys a little bit of an update on something that happened to me recently. So I had the unfortunate pleasure of being bit by a copperhead. Yeah. So my finger is injured. My hand is actually not nearly as bad as it was last week when my hand was swollen like a balloon and throbbing with excruciating pain. So yeah, my last Friday was very unpleasant for me. And just, the story behind it is I was wheeling some guitars into my to my car to bring to my brother-in-law and on a dolly, and one of the guitars fell. I went to grab it, got bit, and it was not pleasant. I 10 out of 10 do not recommend. So if you see a copperhead, stay away. You definitely don't want to be on the receiving end of one of their bites. Fortunately, they are not as deadly as some other snakes, so I lucked out and I didn't need anti-venom. Also, interesting thing about anti-venom that I did not know is that if you need they don't actually give out anti-venom unless like you really need it. So apparently anti-venom can sometimes the side effects can be worse than the actual bite. Who would have known? So yeah, the recovery has been going pretty smooth. Although, like, I still have pain in my finger, and my finger is still swollen. And I've been reading, and it's like it could be like 2 weeks to 4 weeks, man. So that's not fun. But anyway, so on to today's topic. So today we're going to have a conversation about vaccines, abortion, and bodily autonomy. I know, totally not controversial at all. But anyway, we've been hearing a lot about vaccines, especially with Biden's mandate, which could be a whole episode in itself, because I am really not happy about that. That is one of the most gross levels of government overreach I've ever seen, and it is unconstitutional, and I'm going to leave it at that for now. But we have been seeing a lot about vaccines and abortion because Texas passed that new law, and now everybody's talking about it, and the abortion debate is raging again. But I do think I could talk a lot about that law too, but I think there are lots of commentators that probably have covered this at length. So I wanted to shift my focus to this conversation, or this idea about bodily autonomy, particularly when it comes to vaccines and abortions. So it seems like we're talking about the same thing, right? Wrong. We're not talking about the same thing, and I'm going to explain why. And I've seen some cheeky remarks from the left, like, suddenly pro-lifers understand bodily autonomy. Here's the thing. Pro-lifers have always understood bodily autonomy. And I think you may be shocked to learn that most pro-lifers are actually in favor of bodily autonomy, but not for the same reasons you are. There seems to be a significant disconnect, and I'd like to clear some things up. So I happen to be in favor of bodily autonomy for pretty much everything except abortion. Now, this doesn't mean that I'll not in approval of what you do with your body, or when it comes to things that you do to your body. but you aren't going to be met with the same tenacity that you'd get with me when it comes to abortion. There are lots of things that you can do that I may find immoral, but at the end of the day, it's your body, so the decision ultimately falls on you. Now, where I want to draw a very clear line with the bodily autonomy argument is when it comes to vaccine mandates and when it comes to abortions. So with vaccine mandates, you are making a decision about what someone does directly to your body. So I don't believe the government or anyone has a right to force you to inject any substance into your body that you don't want there. Any more than I don't think the government has the right to mandate that you exercise. Now, would I encourage you guys to exercise? Absolutely, especially because something that not a lot of people are talking about, the vast majority of people dying from COVID are overweight. So exercising is good, but I wouldn't mandate you exercise. That decision is yours. It's your body. You decide what you want to do with it. I don't want the government making you eat better, although I think it would be very beneficial, or exercising, and I do think that would be beneficial. But at the end of the day, even if I don't agree with your decision, I'm going to respect your right as an American to choose how you want to live. Now, abortion, this is a completely different thing. It's not the same thing for the simple fact that an unborn baby is not your body. It's not. And this is something that just boggles my mind. It's like, I don't know if pro-abortion people are being intentionally dishonest, or they really can't make the connection. But I hope maybe I can clear this up. So this distinction is very important because this is the entire basis of the pro-life position. We believe a fetus, aka a human being at the earliest stages of development, are their own unique beings with their own unique DNA and their own unique heartbeat and their own soul. We believe this body is a separate body from the mother who is carrying the baby. So when someone is arguing in the case of an abortion, I believe your choice stops when their life begins. And I happen to believe their life begins at conception. And I believe this choice will directly result in snuffing out the life of our most vulnerable. And I cannot in good conscience get behind that. We believe that this is a different human being. It's not that we want to tell you what to do with your body. We really don't. And this is why you really don't hear much from the pro-life community about any other decision that you make with your body. It's only because we believe in this specific scenario, this is a unique human being. Now, the vaccine mandates, they actually do violate one's agency over their own body. And no person should be forced to do so. Now, I understand that the person who doesn't get the vaccine poses a potential risk to other people, but that's not the point of this conversation. And the risk of directly killing someone, you don't directly kill somebody from COVID. It'd be indirect, and it's only a fraction of a percent. However, with abortion, there is a 100% chance that the unborn baby is going to die. That's what abortion is. It's murder. And they will be robbed of their right to live, their right to breathe and exist in this world. Abortion guarantees that, and that's why I am so fiercely against it. Guys, I need you to hear me right now. I don't want to control your body. No pro-lifer does. What we want is those babies to live. And this is in no way, this in no way means that I want the baby to live at the expense of the mother. I care just as much about the mother. I want them both to live. I value the life of the unborn just as much as I value the mother's life. They are both precious and worthy of being saved. What I'm advocating for is that we don't end the lives of these tiny human beings, these babies, and we give them a chance. They deserve a chance to experience the life you yourself have been able to experience, a chance to grow without their life being prematurely cut short. This is what I'm passionate about. I see these as real people with a real future. And I aim to protect them. I aim to speak for them because they can't speak for themselves. They can't say, I don't want this happening. So who else is going to do it? It has to be us. And I can't put this in a way that's going to make this seem any less harsh than what the reality is. When you make a choice to abort, you make the choice to end a baby's life. A body that is wholly separate from your own. This isn't about your body. It's never been about your body. It's always been about them, about the wondrous life growing inside of you. That's the argument we're trying to make, and this is what we are trying so desperately to get people to see. And I believe if most women really recognize their unborn as human beings, they would weep as they realize what they have done. Now, if you're someone that has made that choice, it may be too late for your baby, but it's not too late for you. You can find forgiveness through Jesus, and he can redeem you, but you have to turn away from it. You have to recognize what you've done and never go back there. And I want to end this video by saying, if you're someone who is pregnant and you don't know what to do, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm only one person, but I will do everything that I can to try to help. And reach out to your local church and reach out to your local crisis pregnancy center, and we will find ways to help you and your baby. A common misnomer is that pro-lifers only care about babies once they're born, but that couldn't be further from the truth. We care about the well-being of both the mother and her child, and we will do whatever it takes to help you during your time of need. You need only reach out to us, and we will move mountains for you and your unborn baby. Anyway, that's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoy my content, please like, share, follow, and subscribe. Rate or comment, do whatever of these things that you can do. It really helps me out. And from whatever platform you're using, I know this is in podcast form now. So if you guys are watching on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, go ahead and help a brother out. And I'd love to hear from you guys. I really do. So feel free to reach out to me, and this helps me reach more people. Anyway, I appreciate you guys. God bless. Deuces.